Welcome to your daily dose of hope. I'm Phyllis Nichols, and I'm glad you're here. I've been thinking a lot about creativity and how can we bring more creativity into our lives? It occurs to me that many of us, myself included, for a long time have just told ourselves, we're not creative. Because somewhere along the way, I think I decided, and maybe you feel this way too, that creativity belonged to artists and to musicians and writers and people who can draw and paint and sculpt and things like that. And the rest of us are just left out of that. But it's not true, of course. And creativity is so much bigger than that. Creativity is really about seeing things in a new way and maybe solving things in a new or different way. It could be something as simple as just trying a different route the next time you go on a bike ride or cooking something without a recipe and seeing what you can create. Sometimes it could just be about finding a better way to organize your day or organize your workspace. It's imagining what could be instead of accepting what is, or maybe just imagining something that could be that doesn't even exist yet. That's being creative, and it could take all kinds of forms. It's definitely not about just sort of what we consider the arts, so to speak. And creativity is not something that we're born with or without. Now, certainly some people have skills and abilities that they can maximize, like the gift of drawing, perhaps, or somebody who's gifted in playing the piano or something like that. But we can all practice creativity. And like any practice, it needs some space to think and to grow and to be curious. It also needs space to try something that might not work, something that you're not going to be very good at. I know that's something that stops a lot of us from trying some new things, right? If we can't be really great at it right off the bat, sometimes we're reluctant to really spend much time on it. And I hope that you'll give yourself a little chance, right? Today, give yourself permission to experiment a little or try something new, to play or to doodle or maybe hum a song that you're making up as you go along. You might just be surprised what shows up when you give yourself permission to try a little creativity. This podcast is part of the Sound Advice FM network. Sound Advice FM, women's voices amplified.